Hello, friends. The river glides past green banks where stories, like seeds, are scattered by the wind. Today, we pause not for kings or sages, but for the people whose lives stitched the fabric of the Vedic Age. Their names were rarely carved into stone, but their sweat, laughter, and struggles kept the world turning. Life in the Vedic period was a mosaic of contrasts. Most people were farmers, waking with the first light to tend to wheat, barley, or rice. Plows creaked, oxen snorted, and irrigation channels glittered under the sun. Harvest days brought songs, feasts, and offerings to the gods for a good yield next year. Yet not everyone owned land. Many worked on another's fields, their hands calloused but their share small. Beyond the villages, wanderers roamed, storytellers, bards, and ascetics who traded comfort for freedom. These travelers brought news from far-off places, entertained crowds at night fires, and carried wisdom from gurukulas into the homes of strangers. Some were traders, their bullock carts heavy with pottery, beads, salt, and cloth, moving from bustling markets to tiny hamlets. Then there were the artisans, potters shaping wet clay into perfect curves, metalworkers hammering bronze into spears or ornaments, weavers bringing to life cloth that shimmered in the sunlight. Each skill was a legacy, passed down through generations, guarded like a family jewel. Cattle played a starring role in daily life. They were wealth, status, and livelihood all in one. Wars were sometimes fought for them, and disputes over grazing lands could turn fierce. In peaceful times, the lowing of cows at dusk was a sign that the day's work was done. The people's spiritual world was as vivid as their material one. Festivals, rituals, and seasonal celebrations bound communities together. Villagers would gather to sing hymns, dance, and share food under the open sky. Offerings were made to deities not in silent awe, but in lively communion. The gods were part of the family. But life was not equal for all. The rigid varnashrama system had begun to solidify, shaping opportunities and restrictions. Birth often decided one's work, duty, and social standing. Even so, communities found ways to weave interdependence into their lives. A farmer needed a potter needed a smith, and all needed the blessings of the priest. Markets thrived in certain towns, where merchants shouted prices over the bleating of goats and the scent of spiced food drifted through the air. There, the hum of trade mingled with gossip, political talk, and tales of distant lands. These were the beating hearts of Vedic economic life, small, lively, and full of possibility. And yet, for all their hard work, most people lived simply. Mud walls, thatched roofs, a hearth for cooking, and a few possessions were enough. What mattered was the rhythm of the seasons, the security of food, and the bonds of kinship. In a world without great armies of machines or roaring cities, survival depended on cooperation, skill, and a little bit of luck from the gods. It's easy to be dazzled by kings and epics, but the truth is that history's weight rests on the shoulders of the ordinary. Without them, no throne would stand, no temple would rise, no song would be sung. Yet, in this intricate human web, one thread often stood out: the role of women. Their work, influence, and place in society shaped the Vedic world in ways the bards only hinted at. And that, friends, is where our journey will take us next.